Okay, this is our reach up overhead back extensions. You basically just reach up over your head and you reach as far as you can, slightly behind the plane of your head, and you really reach to the sky. Keep your chin straight. You don't want to look up. You just want to look straight. 2 deep breaths. 1, 2. Keep reaching as high as you can, slightly behind your head. And that's your reach up back extensions. Okay, shoulder rolls. We want to do nice big shoulder rolls. You want to do 10, and you want to be going backwards. So you bring your shoulders all the way up, all the way back, open your chest up. So that's 4, 5, keep breathing, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If you're over 40, don't worry about the noises as long as they don't hurt. This is your chin tuck exercise. What you want to do with this exercise is take your fist, put it on the top of your chest, these 2 little bones you feel at your collarbone, and you want to bring your chin down onto your fist. While you do that, you want to rotate your palm out and gently reach to the ground until you feel a nice stretch in this muscle right here. So you have good head neck position. Feel your chest stretch for 1 deep breath, 2 deep breaths. Then you want to switch to the other side. Again, rotate your palm out, get your head neck in the right position, neutralize your posture, reach down, feel the stretch here. 1 deep breath, 2 deep breaths. It's a great posture check. Hip hinging. This exercise is very important because it really practices the big 3. You want to start with a nice wide stable base. You want to unlock your knees, and the first movement in the hip hinge is to send your buttocks back and you hinge forward at the hips while you keep a neutral spine. You want to keep your head position about a fist width from your top of your chest, and your hip hinge, you want to keep your shoulders anchored while you do it. So again, we're doing all the big 3, wide stable base, hinging at our hips, and anchoring our shoulder blades. This movement is happening primarily from the hips. You want to send your butt back while you do this. Keep your posture. You want to feel the weight coming through your heels. It's not a knee bend exercise, so you shouldn't see people really bending their knees when you do this. You can liken this to a deadlift in the gym. A really important component of this exercise while you're doing the hip hinge is that you stand up nice and tall when you're done. Maybe squeeze your buttocks muscles, or you can reach up, but do something to make yourself nice and tall when you finish off the movement. You don't want to be kind of staying bent like this. You want to stand up, get full hip extension, maybe even bring your hips forward a little bit. And it's just like that. You want to do about 15, 20 hip hinges. It's the most important movement to practice during the day because it does bring all 3 of the big 3 together. Wide stable base, hinging at the hips, and anchoring the shoulder blades all in one exercise. All right? And that's your hip hinge. Forward lunge exercises. There's several variations to this, but they all incorporate the big 3. You want to have a nice wide stable base. You want to have your core on. You're hinging at your hips and anchoring your shoulder blades. So how you do the very first variation is you take a biggest step as you're comfortable with, hands on your hips, and you just hold that position. Do your forearm stretches. If you've done your deep forearm massage, you can do a forearm stretch. And this is a good way to do it because then you pivot and you do your wrist flexors each way, and you can pivot and do your top of your forearm. So you can do almost anything, but make sure you keep your trunk vertical. Make sure you contract your glute on the side of your back leg, and you just hold that position, stretches your hip flexors, gets your core on. Those are your forward lunge exercises.